pictures. Let's go.
How many pictures are on Yelp? You pull up all these pictures and you're like, oh, that's the dessert you're eating? All right, Michelle. That's the candle? Okay, that's the same candle. I know where you're at.
Babe, 45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour. Wait, can you run that long? No offense.
That's how I got married, dog. You know, my first date, bro.
Was that what you meant? Man.
Yeah, my first date with her.
I look at.
I think a guy's more comfortable being alone than a girl, but I mean that's a whole nother
You think so?
I think.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for listening to Men Don't Know Podcast. I'm the man of many friends, your host and creator, Chris Boone, and here on the podcast, we talk with a bunch of guys and we ask a bunch of women questions over wine and cocktails. Whether you listen to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or you downloaded that Men Don't Know Podcast app, I can't thank y'all enough. Merch store is open as always, but hit me up on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1. Shoot me an email, Chris at mendontknow.com, or hop on the mendontknow.com website and shoot me a message, Corey, my guy.
What's up?
Not much, man. How we living?
Good.
All right, man. Question of the day. I want to save you for last because I want to get some ladies on the phone, but I want to know. I just want to let you know what we're talking about. All right. They say 50% ends in divorce. All marriages end in divorce. 50%. You right now may say it's even higher, but we're going to stick with an even number of 50%.
Okay. So roughly half.
My question is, I'm talking about the other 50%. Out of the other 50%, how many of those people are staying unhappily married?
Yeah.
And that's my question to you. But I want you to hold off on that question. I want to get some callers on the phone. Let me call Miss Hopeless Romantic herself. Let's call my sister.
Hey.
Nina, what up? I'm here with Coy.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, nothing. Just got back from the gym.
Oh, see?
Nice.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, we're headed into the winter season, but still going to the gym. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah, I can't get all all fluffy.
Got to hibernate for the winter. But my question to you is, here we go. We're talking about 50%. They say 50% and 50% of marriages end in divorce.
Right.
I want to know about the other 50%. How many of that other 50%, Nina, do you think are still married and unhappy?
I feel like with like my friends, I have some who've gotten divorced and of course who are still married for like 14, 15 years. But I think the key was that they went into the relationship not trying to become one. They went into the relationship still as individuals, but knew that they were committed to each other, if that makes sense.
Sounds like you're tap dancing.
So,
I don't know.
they have, huh?
No, go ahead. I want to let you finish.
Yeah, so they have of course they do things together and we all hang out together, but they also do things on their own. They have things that they like. So they never try to change each other. They just have evolved. Like it's just been them evolving together with their family. And of course, I think what happens is that people think it's easy. And just relationships are just not easy. They're not. They're work. Just like anything. Any great thing, any great business is work.
Damn. Relationship is business now? Cool.
She didn't say business. She said it's work.
It's work. But friendship, like even friendship can be work because if no one talks to each other for years, you're like, wait, but when I needed you, like, where were you? How come we haven't talked? You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you work on it. You talk, you mingle, you might not talk every day, but you work on it. But also the other side, before I got into a relationship and I was dating, I came across so many men who were like, oh yeah, I'm still married. It's not like the fuck. Why are you on these sites?
Still married.
Yeah. For me, I'm not about that life. I don't care if it's I'm still married, but no, there's no, I'm still married, but that I'm on like a website to find to be in a relationship and to one day be married. I'm not, on a certain website for those who, there's people who enjoy being with married people. I'm just not one of them. But I do think, and I've heard a lot of people, I don't know 50% of the population, but just from what I've encountered, there's a lot of people who are unhappy, but are afraid to take the next step.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Of course, I think because they would rather deal with what they know than to be happy, which I think it's insane, but it's honestly why I waited.
That's crazy.
The old start over. Don't want to start over.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't want to start over. It's so hard. Okay, but I'm not going to be miserable. I would rather be living my best life or being hard and lonely on my own. There's nothing wrong with that.
That part.
And I think that's what people fail to realize. It is okay not to be with someone. It is okay not to be married. It is okay not to have children. But, we're told, oh my God, if you're not married by this time, like, what's wrong with you? I get it all the time. Like, what? Like, you're not married. You're such a good person. What's wrong with you? It's not anything that is what's wrong with me.
I haven't lowered my standards. That's what's wrong.
Right.
I haven't lowered my standards.
Like, if you don't meet the right person and you don't feel it's right, I'm not going to be the one to be like, well, the world isn't ending. Yeah. And that's the thing. There's a trillion people out there. Is finding someone nowadays a lot harder than how it was before? Yeah, because people don't know how to communicate.
That's facts.
Like, it's, yeah.
No, I agree with that. No, I agree with that. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. People don't know how to communicate. Like, stop. Like, people sometimes have no problem. Oh, I could text you. No, I need a full-blown conversation. Text is definitely good, when you're working, whatnot. But if you can't get from behind a computer or your phone, then that's your problem. That's not my problem.
Yeah.
And some people are shooting for a 10 when all they bring is a 2. So, unrealistic expectations.
Man. Nina, you want to know the funny part about that? Me and Coy were sitting at the bar earlier, and we were having a drink and getting, and chilling. And we noticed the couple to the left of us was going shot for shot. This shit was looking crazy. First of all, what would you say, 225? Maybe 5.
Bigger guy.
5'9", 225.
Not in shape bigger, but just a bigger guy.
And she was what, 5'5"? 120 pounds. And Coy looked at me and I looked at Coy, and then the bartender looked at us, and I was like, like I said, definitely there was, it looked like Coy said they're just best friends. To me, if I was going to go relationship side, it looked like she had been hurt by a 10 or too many 10s to where she was just looking for love and affection, and it wasn't from, Mr. GQ model. He looked like, and this is why, and I hate going off track, but this is why I always say, women will, this is not mine, this is, probably the dopest shit I never wrote. Women will choose the villain over the hero.
Yeah.
Because the villain will sacrifice the world for her, while the hero will sacrifice her for the world.
Yeah. That's definitely well said.
I didn't say it, but I'm just saying. I mean, that's why that's why women like the bad boy.
Yeah, but I also
will
feel
kill everybody in here. Yeah, he the bad boy. He the crazy guy. Not that guy who's like, nah, man, I'm not gonna deal with this.
But I also feel like what just people fail to realize, because you do want to be attracted to the person and whatnot, but you also want to get to know the person. And oftentimes when you get to know a person, I mean, especially if you're like, oh, well, they're not typically my type or whatnot. But you're like, you know what, let me just try something different.
Yep.
And you'll learn that you have like a lot of things in common. And okay, he might not be a GQ model, but he's a really good model.
Model
And-
citizen.
Coy, come on. Jesus. Well, Coy. Could be model citizen, could be law-abiding citizen.
Exactly.
Could be that Gerard Butler. But, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, people, like, I don't know. These days, it's kind of like now, right? I don't want to use the Kardashians, but it's like, I think, they're in the media a lot. And it's now interesting. Everyone's like, oh my God, they got their body done, whatever. Okay, it is what it is. They got their body done. It's good for them. I'm all about whatever makes you feel happy, you do. You have the money, you do it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
But now that things are changing, I notice a whole lot of other people like, oh, I shouldn't have gotten, certain things done. And, because now all of a sudden, it's not cute anymore, or they didn't realize they have to keep it up. And I feel like people need to stop idolizing celebrities because they're people.
Yeah. Yeah, Ferrari's dope till you have to take it in for maintenance.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
All right, so final answer for you. Out of the 50% are left, what is the percentage of that 50% do you think is out of those 50 people, how many do you think are unhappily married?
Oh, God. Out of 50,
Yeah.
honestly, this is going to be so sad. I feel like out of 50, 30 are unhappy. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, because so many people just settle. It's wild. It's so wild. It's why I get like, oh my God, you're so strong. Like, I couldn't be like you. And I'm like, well, first of all, of course not, because you're not me. Second of all, in my head, because I'm not mean or rude, I'm like, thank God. I always thank God. I was like, you know what? God has gave me some strong body armor because I've been dodging bullets.
Yeah. All right, Neo from the Matrix. We are going to let you go. I'll text you later. I appreciate you.
All right, you guys have fun.
Thanks,
All
Nick.
right, bye.
Okay, bye.
Man. Let's call Jessica.
Hello.
Hey, what up? I'm here with Coy. What are you up to?
Oh, just slanging drugs.
Oh, wow, God.
Nice. On our way.
Wow, Coy, come on. All right. Stop that. All right, so I'm here with Coy. And we want to know, look, they say 50% of all marriages end in divorce. I want to know about the other 50%. How many of that other 50% do you think are unhappily married?
Wow. I don't know. I'd say probably like 50% of that 50%.
Half of that too is unhappily married.
I think so.
Let me ask you this: why wouldn't you think they would leave?
I've had that conversation with quite a few people, even people that are in like long ass term relationships, and it's usually like what's the point? Like, we've been together for so long. Like, I don't know, I'm just comfortable. We have kids. Like, it goes from like the major reasons that make sense all the way down to like, oh, we have both like the same Netflix account, like stupid shit. People why?
Well, please no.
Nah. Do not tell me Netflix is keeping
If that's
us
all it was
together.
taking, here's mine. You can log into my account. Let's see you happy.
Do not tell me Netflix is keeping that shit.
They raise the prices. They raise the prices on it.
It's really dumb reasons, and I'm like, okay, I guess if that's what you want to do.
That's crazy to me. I you know what?
Mm-hmm.
It may be crazy to me because I think in the idea of like why would I want to, why would I even want to put myself in that type of situation? Like, if it's already bad,
it's crazy.
I'm not going to stay.
We don't have kids, and we're not in a long-term relationship.
But I mean, I get the kids.
Yeah, that's why. I
get
don't know,
the kids, but besides
you're
the
a different
kids,
caliber of person. Like you and Coy haven't been in these long relationships throughout your life, and then like now you're just like, oh well, like it is what it is. Like
don't listen to us. Easy for us to say.
Don't take my advice. No.
But you know what I mean? Like you've never had to deal with mediocre, so why would you start now? Like you already know what it can be, so no. Like if somebody came sideways at you that you were dating, you'd be like, okay, so there's the door. Yeah. Like it was really nice knowing you. But a lot of people don't know how to do that, or they're just super codependent, or especially like you have to think living situations now. Some people are like, it makes more sense for me to just stay with this person. Like I'm not trying to go find somewhere else to move. I can't afford to rent somewhere else or buy a house or whatever the case may be.
Logistics.
Yeah, finances. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Damn, financially, you just gotta stay.
You think they ever think about that though? Like, what if a wife is super unhappy? Do you think she stays up at night and is just like, what move do I make?
I think it just depends on the situation too. See, like you're saying, if a wife is unhappy, like, what are you telling me about this wife? Like, is this wife have her own business? Is she bringing as much to the table as the man? So is she staying for just the kids? Obviously, it's not financially. Or are you talking about a wife who is a stay-home mother who's never had to have a career, and she might not be happy, but she feels like that's the best situation for her because she'd have to start all over again. Like, everybody has different details. You know what I mean? I do feel like a lot of people who are married and unhappy, I feel like there's always one person in the relationship more than likely that's just unhappy, and the other person's oblivious.
Yeah,
because I would have
never known. What do you mean you never know?
No, but that's true. Like, especially, I feel like especially if you have one, like if you have a couple that's not really like equal, and you have one that's just more domineering, whether it's like with their job or just their personality or whatever. I feel like they're either oblivious or maybe they don't care to think if whether or not that person's even happy. But I feel like there's always one person that's oblivious. Like when I've talked to people that I know that are in couples and one of them's not happy, it's usually like them telling me when the other person's not around, and I'm like, damn, like then why are you with that person? They're like, I don't know, like it's whatever. Or like, well, I still love them, but it's just, I don't know, like why would I leave? Or I don't want to break up because we've been together for so long. And I'm just like, oh no. Mm-mm.
That's wild. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to let you go. Sunday, right?
Yes. We're supposed to come over Sunday and get tortured.
All right.
Sunday.
All right.
Sunday.
All right. I'll text you later.
Okay.
See you. Good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Later. Damn.
What about the people that are unhappily but happy? Meaning they're married, but they have their own lives to the side, and they both kind of know about it. But they're both like, we stay together for tax purposes. For they have a house together, the kids.
Man, cheaper to keep her, huh? Oh, that's all that boy, that Martin, huh? Huh, Coy, cheaper to keep her? Damn, Coy. Don't say that. All right, let's see if E is free. Damn, cheaper to keep her. Huh.
Hello.
Hey, what up?
What's going on?
I'm here with Coy. How are you doing?
What's up?
What's up, Coy?
Coy, don't worry. She missed my birthday, so.
Oh, my God. I felt like such a piece of shit, Coy.
Well, we got 364 days later.
And then, then, Coy, you had to go, like, just make it the birthday of the century. And the concert, you know.
That's my best friend. It's my best friend. What do you want to do? Anyways, let's get back to regularly scheduled programming. Question for you. They say 50% of all marriages end in divorce currently. I want to know about the other 50%. Out of that 50%, how many of them would you say are unhappily married?
I don't. Of the 50%, I would say maybe a third to a half are unhappily married.
Damn, a third to a half.
So another 40 or 50%ish.
Yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing. I think that I think people are unhappily married because there's oftentimes an unrealistic expectation of marriage and what like that adult relationship in life looks like. You know, I think people are like have too many ideals, or the minute things get hard, people get unhappy. And instead of like holding your partner down and getting through it, people just think about how it's affecting them or what they don't like, or, you know, that potentially the grass is greener on the other side. I think it's a perception problem or perspective problem.
With that being said, do you think people rush into marriages? Because you're saying they didn't know what to expect, right?
Yeah, well, and not necessarily what to expect. I think people have unrealistic expectations. I think a lot of people think if I marry the right person, I should be happy all the time. I should feel fulfilled. Life should be fun and exciting and loving. And I mean, the answer, like, the truth is, guys, like, life oftentimes isn't fulfilling, fun, and exciting. You know, sometimes it's all of those things. Sometimes it's one of them. And a lot of time as an adult, it's none of those things. It's things through seasons. You have to get through the bad ones to get to the good ones. And I mean, I don't think that people are really built the way that they used to be. You know, things get hard and people are like, this isn't fun, I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
Things got hard, or social media became available?
It's part of it.
Yeah, but I mean, I do think, to your point, Coy, yes, I think people get married either too soon, you know, both young people, you know, people that aren't ready to be married get married, or the flip side, you're a little bit older and you feel like, you know, your window's closing in, and so you get married because you think you're running out of time.
It's a good way to put it, though.
Yeah.
Like, people think once you say I do, the rest of their life is peaches and rainbows. But there's work to do.
Yeah, and like the truth is, it just makes life even more difficult, because like one thing is getting through trials and tribulations in life yourself, right? And they're still trying. But when you are doing that with someone as a team, like your partner, you are managing like two people's range of emotions, two people's way of dealing with adversity or conflict, two people's, you know, like the way they process emotions and things. And so it really, it makes life, you could say, better or more enjoyable. If you make a good choice, you have a strong partner, you don't have to do those things alone. But I think people think that, right? Like, okay, I'm going to have a partner. I don't do things alone. Like, I'm not alone. But they forget to think that having a partner is, you know, there's a person to always consider, and another viewpoint that you always have to, you know, or you should appreciate and be mindful of in everything you do now. And so I don't think that people really understand
that part of marriage when they get married.
Right.
It's true. I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you think?
What?
I mean, once again, I'm on the side of, like Coy said, people rush in. I think a lot of times, I know everybody's like, oh, you can't put a time on love and you can't put a time on this and third. I think right now we need to put a time on it. I think you know.
Take your time.
I just don't think people nowadays. I think you need 2 years at least.
Well, I don't know about that long.
That's long.
That's long.
Well, listen, no, when you say 2 years from what, like meeting the person?
Oh, no. You're Chris. You're talking about 2 years from even considering marriage.
I'm talking about. Yeah, it has to be 2 years before you get on one knee. Hello. Damn.
But
What kind of timeline are you on?
Yeah, you got a shot clock.
Stop it. No, not at all. I just don't think. But see, I think that's just here's my thing. I think that there are situations in where people are also like that, Coy. Like you should wait this long before, and so I think that let's say, like I start dating somebody that has Chris's mindset, and things are great, and like we're, I'm 38 years old, like we're definitely mature. We've been through life. I have my kids, they have their kids. Like after a year of dating, we know each other's schedule. We know like there aren't major things. Then you introduce the kids
after year one.
I know. Well, no, total. And listen, I'm like that. But
yeah, I know.
But I'm not real. We're not going down the parenting route right now.
Yeah, okay.
But here's my thing though. Like, let's say in a situation like mine, my career is my career. My kids are my kids. Like the major core things about me are not going to change. So in the rare event that I would find somebody and they have the same pieces of their life, like, we don't want any more kids. Like, we're not going to school or still forming our careers. Like, we're set. So if you meet somebody and after like a year, we're in a situation where he wants to propose to me or we're ready for that step, I don't think that it's right to be like, no, I'm not going to propose to you because I really should wait 2 years. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it. Yeah.
There's situations where proposing within a certain amount of time would be understandable,
Yes.
but
Yeah,
in
100%.
most cases, yes, people are, especially like when you're younger and those big life things aren't tied up. If kids are still like a conversation, or are they on the table, off the table? If you're still going to school or forming your career, and you need, there's that like you're in a selfish phase, and you should be. If those big things are still not completely solidified in either person's life, then I don't think that, I think that you wait until those things are done, because those things change a person, and they change a situation, and they change your career, and there's no reason why, if those things aren't figured out, marriage should be like your biggest concern or priority.
That's a great point. It does matter where you're at in life too. There's no, like a younger person with no kids and working on their career, they can afford to walk away.
Yeah, 100%.
They can afford to be like, no, I'm not gonna get married right now. I'm good. But yeah, like you said, keyword is situation.
Yeah, I mean everything's situational. But I know.
Situation shit.
Yeah, and that's what happens. Damn, you know what? You know what? Another question I want to ask too, but I can't. I mean, my sister said something, and it's been on my mind since she said it. Men are married on dating apps.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, honestly, probably. I don't want to say half the men, but anywhere from a quarter to a third of the men on dating apps are married. Abso-fucking-lutely. Do you guys know how many men on dating apps like aren't even? It's not catfish in the sense of like they aren't their picture. It's catfish in the sense that they just want to have a fucking
got a whole other family.
Yep, they have a fucking bat phone and they want to play and be the guy that they don't think they could be in their marriage.
That's why
It's insanity.
You see a lot of girls' profiles that say "not interested if you're married." It's like, geez, how often does that go out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to ask.
It goes on a lot.
I didn't know that.
And you know what, you guys? Like a lot of men, like they're bold now. Like they don't even think it's not something they're trying to hide. It's like, hey, this is my situation, and then it's almost like, do you have an issue with it? Like, yeah, motherfucker, I have an issue with it. What do you mean?
Yeah, you got T-ball with Timmy, and your wife is bringing the snacks. Oh my gosh! All right, we're gonna let you go. I appreciate you as always. We're gonna have to table that.
You
question.
too, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Jeez, man, that's crazy. We're gonna have to table that question for later, Coy. All right, Coy. Let's quickly ask you. Out of the other 50%, how many?
I mean, I said it on the last podcast, I think. Yeah. Just a ballpark, I would say 50% of that too. But my real question is like, why doesn't that 50 go over to the divorce? What's keeping them, you know? Why are you unhappy?
I think honestly, I feel like just they don't want to make the mistake. Like, damn, what if she or he is the one? Like, they don't want to make that mistake of like getting divorced. And I mean, remember we shot that couple? It was a long time ago. It was Beverly Hills. It was a court wedding.
Okay.
And they were married before, had kids, everything, divorced.
Yeah.
Like, and like 7 years later, they got back together and they got remarried.
Yeah.
The only reason why we were there shooting it is because they had no pictures from their original wedding.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's like they fell apart only to fall back into more love together. So I don't, like if it's meant to be. Happen, it happened and we shot it, Coy.
Yeah. One out of what? Well, I'm just saying there's a lot of reasons. Like, we've talked about it before in the podcast where you're with somebody for a long time. You don't want to start over.
Yeah.
It's convenient.
Yeah.
There is kind of a shame to it where you have to answer your friends and family about what happened.
Yeah, right? It didn't work. Next question.
It's not that easy.
You got to be media trained. You got to sit up there, Coy, like you sitting at the podium. Yeah. We went out there.
Take it day by day. Take it day by day, and you're gonna get through this.
Move on to the next one. Oh my God!
I can't say. I told you I'm not. This is the last time I'm answering this question. Okay. Do better next time.
Oh man, yeah, man. I'm gonna agree with you. I think I'm gonna say out of that 50%. I'm gonna say out of that 50, I think 60. I really only think 25% of the people really wanna that are gonna make it work and are willing to deal with the sways, the bad times with the good times. And
think about
it's silly and sad, but damn.
Think about how old we are now. We've had friends come and go in our lives that we've seen, and we're like, they're unhappy. Yeah. If me and you know at least one. Yeah. Then somebody else knows at least one couple that's knows unhappy,
and another one.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I get what she was saying too about situation. It is.
But damn, married men are at the dating apps. Damn.
Too better. Damn. It's convenient for them. I mean, it's just a swipe of the phone. It's not like they have to leave the house. They're not going to a bar.
Damn. And it's on the bat phone. Dang. All right. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for listening. Whether you listen to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or you downloaded that Men Don't Know podcast app, I can't thank y'all enough. Merch store is open as always, but hit me up on Instagram at Mendono, Twitter at Mendono1. Shoot me an email, Chris at Mendono.com, or hop on the Mendono.com website and shoot me a message. Call my guy.
How many pictures are on Yelp? Pull up all these pictures and you're like, oh, that's the dessert you're eating? All right, Michelle. That's the candle? Okay, that's the same candle. I know where that.
45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour. Wait, can you run that long? No offense.
That's how I got married, dog. You know, my first date, bro.
Was that what you did?
Yeah, my first date with her.
And look at
I think a guy's more comfortable being alone than a girl, but I mean, that's a whole
Really?
nother
You think so?
subject. I think